Hey everybody, Signa here with the Bullish Bears. So what I wanted to do in this video is I wanted to talk about the covered call strategy and kind of just maybe introduce you to the subject a little bit and discuss kind of the thoughts behind the strategy, why we would want to use such a strategy. We're not going to get into any of the specifics. There's not going to be any criteria in this video for actually putting on a covered call trade. But we're going to just kind of take a good look at what the covered call is and just get you thinking about things that you could do if you've already got shares of a stock or if you're thinking about inflating your portfolio with an inventory of products, right? This is just to get the ball rolling, kind of start the conversation a little bit. So first, let's just kind of talk about the idea behind a covered call strategy. These covered call positions, they can be used in a lot of different market conditions, right? It doesn't have to be just one set condition. And what's nice about that is you get a little bit of variety, right? You get some choices. Normally, we're in this binary condition where we either need a market to go up and we're going to do a strategy, or we need the market to go down and we're going to do a strategy. Now, with options, you've got a lot more choices, right? You can have a market that goes up, a market that goes down, a market that goes sideways. You could have a rounded reversal. So in any of those conditions with options, you could make money on it. A lot of times we don't trade options based on the movement of price. We trade options based on the passage of time or the anticipation of some type of volatility event. All right, so we got a lot of different ways to trade options, and the covered call is a strategy that you can do not just with shares of a stock, but you can do a synthetic covered call as well. So it's a little bit of kind of a prelude to what we could get into later, and we do have those videos on the Bullish Bears website. What's important to understand, setting aside the synthetic calls, is we're looking to sell call options on an underlying stock that we want to own. Now, if you already own shares of a company, that might not be your goal, right? You might already have the shares, and maybe you just want to kind of give yourself a little more money out of it, right? So, what is a covered call? A covered call is the sell of a call option against an existing stock position. So, a covered call position can also be initiated with the stock, kind of where you buy the stock and then sell a call at the same time. So, if you notice the difference between those two, right? If you already have stock, you could look to put a covered call on. Or if you are looking to own some stock, you could buy some stock and then sell calls at the same time against those stocks that you're buying. So let's just kind of give an example of what that would look like. You can see I've got AMD up here on the chart. Suppose we were to take a trade here, and let's go out 29 days. First, we want to buy 500 shares, and then we want to sell calls against this. All right, so I've got 500 shares. Maybe I want to sell. Oh, it doesn't want to let me do it at the same time. So let's first just buy 5 of these. We'll throw that over to the Analyze tab. And then after we buy those, we'll go in and we'll sell 3 of those. I should have put that in the Analyze tab as well. So we'll just bump that up. Now you noticed I did 500 shares of the stock, but I'm only doing 3 of the covered calls. And really, what you would look to do is stagger the position, right? And what I mean by staggering the position is we wouldn't want to sell all of those calls on one expiration on one strike, right? We'd want to spread things out a little bit. That way, if we get challenged by the market, then we're not looking to get whacked all at the same time, right? And you don't have to sell covered calls against all of your position. You don't have to do that, right? You leave yourself some room. So this is an example of a covered call position. I've got this stock and I'm selling some calls against that position, right? And the goal here is to make, a little bit of money and to eventually own the stock, right? Right now, if I was just to go and buy 500 shares of AMD, I'm going to be out quite a bit of money. If I own these, right, if I continue to sell covered calls against these and generate income, I would eventually pay off these shares and own them outright. And that would be what we're talking about when we say if you want to do a covered call, make sure you're doing it in something that you're looking to own, right? This isn't a short-term trade strategy. This is a duration trade. It's a long-term trade. And the goal is to actually own the stock, right? We don't want to just go out and buy stock just to sell covered calls. That's a really bad idea, right? There's so many ways that we could make money in the market without having to put ourselves out there that way, right? We don't need to do this. So if you don't own stock in something and you don't want to own stock in something, this isn't the strategy. Right? Just go and do a debit spread or a credit spread, and that way you're just trading synthetics and you don't have to worry about the shares at all. This takes up quite a bit of capital, right? And it's a long-term trade. So if this isn't something that you're looking to own and build as a part of your inventory, set this strategy aside, right? And perform some other market strategy. You want to buy stocks in something you believe in, right? And then sell the calls to enhance that stock position. One saying that you want to be aware of, or one thing that you really want to keep clear in your mind, is the idea of running out there and just buying stock to sell the calls against us. I've seen a few different market companies, educational firms teaching that strategy. Like this is something that you would want to do in your day-to-day options trading. And that's absolutely not what we would want to do, right? So it doesn't make any sense to run out there and buy a bunch of stock just to sell a $2 call, right? Like for an example, AMD. This isn't a very expensive stock, right? It's $30 a share. I mean, it can add up pretty quick, but we wouldn't want to just go out and buy hundreds of shares of AMD just to sell covered calls. But if we're looking to own some AMD stock, maybe if it's something that you really believe in and you think, this company's got potential and in the long term it's really going somewhere, then perhaps you want to find a way to finance those shares, and then you would initiate a covered call strategy. Another thing that I've seen is we want to trade a covered call strategy when there's a high implied volatility. But we don't want to just go out there scanning for stocks just to find a high volatility and then buy shares, right? This falls back again to uh, trading this strategy on a company that you believe in and on stocks that you really want to own. If we're just scanning the market for high volatility just to find something to trade, volatility is another word for movement, but it's also another word for risk, right? And so when you go out scanning for high volatility, you're scanning for a lot of risk. Do you really want to own high risk stocks? That's I don't want to own high risk stocks, right? So we want to avoid that type of stuff. These trades, these become investments. And that's not a word you hear a lot nowadays. Everybody wants to be the day trader. They want to do some swing trading. Maybe they're getting into some futures and some options, but you don't really hear a lot of people talking about investing anymore. But the covered call strategy absolutely is a investing position. And so this strategy can be used, I mean, like I said, in a variety of ways, right? Um, and you can protect yourself in these kind of trades as opposed to just running out and purchasing the stock. Because remember, we want to do this kind of trade to end up eventually owning the stock and getting our money back. All right. And this strategy pays off the money that you forked out to get those shares so that eventually you're holding shares that you don't have any money in it, right? And then you're on the house's money. It's like you got free shares at that point. And so another thing, you can do this to enhance a position that you've already got. Say you're holding stock right now and you're thinking, this stock just doesn't really put out that much. It's not really moving anywhere. But maybe you really like the company and you really wanted to own those shares. You can start selling covered calls against that. And and then you're improving your position, right? And you're generating money on a stock that really isn't going anywhere right now. Right? So that's something to think about as well when you're looking at trading a covered call strategy. And so what we're really doing here is we're doing a premium trade, right? It's a theta trade. And so, since options deal with time, and I spoke earlier about being able to make money in the market, not just from price moves, but also from the passage of time. That is the strategy here. Now, with covered calls, you can do month to month trades, right? Absolutely, you can do that. But the thing about doing covered calls to really start generating some money is you want to trade it week to week. Now, what I mean by that is if you go in and you look at the options chain, and you look at these covered calls here that I chose, right? These 33 calls for $1.05. You can see that I'm trading a weekly option, true, but I'm also 29 days out. Now, remember what I said, I wouldn't want to choose all three of these in one expiration. But suppose that I was going to stagger this position, right? So I could go into the 15-day expirations and perhaps, you know, maybe sell a call here and then, maybe we would come down and look to sell a call there. And then we would get one here. All right, now these are all looking to be pretty close to that 33, right? We'd want to kind of maybe shift that around a little bit and not get them all on the same strike. But that kind of gets more into the strategy behind it. We're going to just leave that out of this video. But you can see that if I'm trading this on a week to week basis, I can really generate some funds, all right? But if I just go out and just sell a monthly, then I'm only going to get one. I'm only going to get, like right here, I could just sell 3 of these, but look, they're 53 cents. I could I could sell 3 of these and get, $1.59, or I could sell uh, you know, different weeks and closer expirations and get some better pricing. All right, and that's the idea. If you only sell a monthly, suppose I only had 100 shares and I was only going to be able to do one options trade, one covered call. Well, at that point, why would I want to go out in time here to the monthlies and just sell one one monthly, right? Once I sell this monthly, I don't have anything to do now for a whole month. I can't generate any more money because I need to let time go by on this call that I sold, right? And I only made $53. But I could sell this one option 4 different times. I could sell it in this week, and then I could sell it again. And look, that was only $32, right? I could sell it this week for $32, $29, $30 right in there. But then I could do it again the following week. I could sell the same option 8 days out for another $29. So now I've made 60, and then I could do it again, and then I made 90, and then I could do it again, and then I made 120. That's 4 times I sold that option in a month, and I generated a lot more money than just going 30 days out and selling one option, right? That's kind of what I mean by uh, instead of only selling a monthly option, is if you put a little more work into it and you wanted to do that every week, you could just continue to sell options every week. But this throws people off a lot of times when they're new to the idea of selling covered calls. They think about what they want to trade, and they come in here and they see, 29 days out, I can sell the call for a dollar five, and they're thinking, okay, well, that's not too bad. What if I go closer in time? Oh, look, this one's only 29 cents. Oh man, I don't want to do that one. It's only 29 cents. I'll just come out here and sell this one. Well, the problem with that is, for the next 29 days, you're not going to get anything more than this dollar five. Nobody's going to come back to you later on and say, man, that call was so good. I know I bought it from you for a dollar five, but I'm going to go ahead and throw more money at you just because of how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, they're not going to do that, right? So if you sold this 29 and then you waited a week and you did it again and you did it again and you did it again, you could generate more money from selling this one week to week to week than you could just going out and selling this one once. Plus, every week you get an opportunity to perhaps change your strike prices. Maybe the market challenges you, starts to rise up towards your position, and you want to go farther out than the 33, right? So then each week you've got an opportunity to adjust your calls as the market moves. Whereas if you just go out here and sell this one covered call 29 days out, you're stuck. You can't change your position, right? You could roll it, you could manage your position, but you can't change it week to week. So I I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to the covered call strategy, and I really look forward to seeing you in the video where we do talk strategy and we do talk about how to choose the products that we want to put this trade on, and then how we choose the strikes, the expirations, and really get into the nuts and bolts of how this trade works. So I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching this video and have a good day.